We are Joe and Eric, and we are here to welcome you to Beanbag Saturday, Star Wars Edition.
So we have a lot of interesting little known facts about Star Wars that we're going to go through a list of the 50 most interesting little known facts. And we're going to start with a word of the day. A term only used in Star Wars, P-Donkey. Now, P-Donkey is an insult roughly meaning punk. So you could be like, man, you a P-Donkey.
Something like that. Except it's in Huttese, the language that Jabba the Hutt uses. So you probably wouldn't hear like a black man going like, man, you P-Donkey. It'd be more like, okay. Whoa, ho, ho, ho. P-Donkey. Yeah, like Santa Claus.
Yeah, I was thinking that too.
As you may also notice, Joe and I are wearing our Star Wars shirts today.
It's true.
I'm wearing my Boba Fett shirt.
And I'm wearing Yoda.
Yes.
I am Master Yoda. I still have to work on Yoda.
Yes. But, yeah, and stuff. So
you like to say and stuff.
I do have a habit of it. So anyway, without any further ado, we're going to go through 50 things that you probably don't know about Star Wars. And hope you like this.
It's very entertaining and just fascinating.
Yeah. I know if you're anything like me, you probably scour the internet for weird random Star Wars facts and hopefully this will bring you at least one or two things that you haven't heard already. Some of these things many of you have already heard time and time again. If you've played like Trivial Pursuit or anything, Star Wars Edition, you've probably heard some of these facts, but anyway.
So, without further ado, here's the 50 top little known facts about Star Wars.
And without further ado as well. So, let's go. Fact number 1. You can see Boba Fett's face in The Empire Strikes Back. Fett is played by Jeremy Bulloch. Imperial Lieutenant Shekel, responsible for capturing Leia on Bespin, is also played by Jeremy Bulloch.
Fact number 2. The word Ewok was never spoken in a Star Wars movie.
Fact number 3. Darth Maul was originally to be played by Benicio del Toro. When his lines were cut down by Lucas, Ray Park took over.
Fact number 4. George Lucas almost made Jar Jar into a villain in Episode 2 when he found out how much fans hated him.
Fact number 5. Jabba's palace took 18 cast members, 42 extras, 10 puppeteers, 9 mime artists, and 90 crew members. It took a month to shoot.
Fact number 6. General Grievous was originally a child sitting in a floating chair.
Fact number 7. All of the clones in episodes 2 and 3 were CGI.
Fact number 8. Episode 3 was a slaughterfest with 115 deaths on screen, being the highest body count for any Star Wars film.
Fact number 9. In the asteroid sequence of Empire, one asteroid was a shoe and another was a potato.
Fact number 10. Darth Maul's costume was based on a photo of a Tibetan Dalai Lama in 1940s.
Fact number 11. There were 6 sets of Jango Fett's armor, 3 hero versions and 3 stunt versions.
Fact number 12. Leia's Bausch helmet had the numbers 1138 stenciled on it as a homage to THX 1138. The number 1138 is hidden in all of George Lucas's films.
Fact number 13. In episode 2, several of the children had digitally replaced faces, since lengthy prosthetics weren't possible with such young kids.
Fact number 14, E.T. makes an appearance in the Senate scene of Episode 1.
Fact 15. In the original ending of Return of the Jedi, Luke turned to the dark side as Vader was dying. He put on Darth Vader's mask and proclaims, "Now I am Darth Vader."
Fact number 16, NSYNC made a cameo in Attack of the Clones as a request from George Lucas's daughter. They were edited out of the final cut.
Fact 17. Attack of the Clones was the only Star Wars film that didn't top the box office. It was beaten out by both Spider-Man and Lord of the Rings: The Two Towers.
Fact number 18, the communicator Qui-Gon used was a Gillette Sensor Excel razor.
Fact 19. Like Facebook, Star Wars also started out with "the" in the title, but was removed for a cleaner look.
Fact number 20, due to cost overruns, the Death Star compactor scene almost became the end of Star Wars.
Fact 21. Before being rewritten as comic relief, Jar Jar Binks was a duplicitous mercenary who ultimately betrays Qui-Gon.
Fact number 22, the Sith were originally called the Damned, but a British band with the same name debuted in February 1977, forcing Lucas to dub over the word with Sith in post-production. To this day, Lucas hates all punk rock.
Fact 23. Before the role of Princess Leia was offered to Carrie Fisher, Jane Fonda, Meryl Streep, and Diana Ross were all strongly considered.
Fact number 24, although Star Wars and Empire were big hits, the studio refused to greenlight Return of the Jedi until Lucas drew out a detailed merchandising plan and promised more toy-friendly characters than Empire, hence Ewoks.
Fact number 25. At the end of A New Hope, when the Rebel pilots touch down back at base, listen carefully as Luke climbs down from his X-Wing and rushes to embrace Leia. He is so excited he actually calls her Carrie.
Fact number 26, when filming Star Wars Episode 1, Ewan McGregor kept imitating the noise of the lightsaber during his fights. George Lucas explained to him many times this would be added in by the special effects people later on. Ewan said, "I keep getting carried away."
Fact 27. Luke wears black throughout the Return of the Jedi, symbolizing his teetering on the edge of the dark side. After he faces the Emperor at the movie's climax and ultimately rejects the dark side, his jacket falls open to reveal it was always white underneath.
Fact 28, George Lucas was so sure that Close Encounters of the Third Kind would outperform Star Wars at the box office, he proposed to Steven Spielberg they trade 2.5% of the profit on each other's films. To this day, Spielberg receives 2.5% of the profits from Star Wars.
Fact 29. General Grievous's cough was actually George Lucas's cough when he was sick during production.
Fact number 30, the snow on Hoth was actually laundry soap.
Fact number 31. The Echo Base troopers were actually Norwegian mountain rescue skiers, and in exchange for help with the film, Lucas donated to the Norwegian Red Cross.
Fact 32, Natalie Portman's voice was digitally enhanced to distinguish between Padme and Queen Amidala.
Fact 33. Darth Maul's voice does not belong to Ray Park. It was dubbed over during post-production.
Fact 34, when Anakin is killing the Tusken Raiders in Episode 2, Qui-Gon's Force Ghost tried to stop him, which is why you can hear his voice in the movie.
Fact 35. Han Solo being frozen in carbonite was, at least in part, due to the fact they didn't know whether Harrison Ford would return in Return of the Jedi. When the original Star Wars began filming, Carrie Fisher and Mark Hamill both signed for 3 movies, but Harrison Ford refused.
Fact 36, in Phantom Menace, sets were only built as high as the actors' heads, and computer graphics would fill in the rest. However, Liam Neeson was so tall, the set crew had to spend an additional $150,000.
Fact 37. Actor Ahmed Best can be seen out of costume in one scene.
Fact 38. Yoda's species has yet to be named.
Fact 39. Mark Hamill was in a bad car accident prior to Empire, causing severe facial trauma. This is why Luke being mauled by a wampa was added to account for the scarring.
Fact 40. In Phantom Menace, Yoda has 3 toes. In all subsequent movies, Yoda has 4.
Fact 41. Star Wars and 2001 A Space Odyssey have almost the same production crew.
Fact 42. Ewoks speak Tibetan and Jawas speak Zulu. Greedo speaks a South American language, Quechua.
Fact 43. Darth Vader actor David Prowse is banned from all Star Wars events. George Lucas finds him too annoying.
Fact 44. A TIE fighter sound is actually an elephant.
Fact 45. Chewbacca's voice is a mix of bears, walruses, lions, badgers, and other dying animals.
Fact 46. George Lucas left the Directors Guild because he didn't want to do his opening credits the same way other directors did.
Fact 47. The original actor for Obi-Wan Kenobi thought of the Star Wars film as fairy tale rubbish.
Fact 48. Despite this, he negotiated to get 2% of the gross box office receipts, earning him over $95 million.
Fact 49. Many of the buildings from Star Wars are still standing in Tunisia.
Fact 50. Dennis Lawson, who plays Wedge, is Ewan McGregor's uncle.
Bonus facts. Fact 51. The bounty hunter Bosk's clothing is a recycled spacesuit from Doctor Who.
Fact 52. During the evacuation of the Cloud City, you can see an extra running with what appears to be an ice cream maker. The extra has since been given an elaborate backstory, and supposed ice cream maker is meant to be a database of contacts within the rebellion.
Fact 53. The waterfalls cascading down the capital city of Naboo were actually salt.
Fact 54. Anthony Daniels, a.k.a. C-3PO, makes an appearance in Episode 2 outside of his costume.
Fact 55. Jar Jar also voted in favor of Order 66. Yet another reason to hate him.
Fact number 56. Anakin Skywalker / Darth Vader meets 6 of the 9 diagnostic criteria for borderline personality disorder, which is one more than is required to make the diagnosis.
Fact 57. George Lucas came up with the name R2-D2 when filming American Graffiti. A member of the sound crew asked him to retrieve reel number 2 of the second dialogue track.
Fact 58. Every Star Wars film has been released the week after George Lucas's birthday on May 14th. Somebody's just so excited for Star Wars.
Yes. I'm sorry. I cannot contain myself sometimes.
I know. Actually, Eric and I have been going through and watching all of the Star Wars movies, even the horrendous newer trilogy, Episode 1, 2, and 3, with He Who Must Not Be Named.
Lord Jar Jar.
Yeah. The Sith.
Yeah. And Anakin. Not sure which is worse, honestly.
True story.
I don't know. At least Jar Jar doesn't give us sappy love lines.
Your skin, it's so soft and smooth.
Hold me like you did on Naboo. Now imagine Jar Jar saying that.
Yeah. So we wanted to do this Star Wars Beanbag Saturday episode because this week Star Wars The Force Awakens comes out to theaters December 18th.
Yeah.
And I am super excited. Me and a friend are going to go see it, and it's going to be wicked cool.
Yeah.
Pretty sure.
It's going to be sick nasty.
And George Lucas is not directing it, and that's one reason I have hope for this film. He does not know how to direct a film.
Yes. So, it's going to be great. We're excited to go see it, and, we were excited to share these facts with you today. So, I guess we have nothing more to say other than see ya. Enjoy your Star Wars break.
And Star Wars it up.
Yes.
Don't miss out.
Beanbag.
What he said.
What your mom said.
Gonna hurt you.